sacrifice for some of you waking up so early to make this time to get some of these critical skills. I just want to wish you all, start off by saying all the best for the upcoming exams. Some of you have already commenced with your examination. We wish you all the best, and we know that if you are committed and you study hard, you can make this a real success for yourself. So know that the university is behind you, as well as the Academic Development Open Virtual Hub is fully supporting you. And we want to see you succeed. So it's very important that you understand the technical competencies that are needed for your upcoming examinations. And one of the major challenges I know many students face is the proctoring tools. So we've dedicated these sessions specifically to help you out with the proctoring tools. And the idea of these blast sessions is for you to really use the opportunity to ask those difficult questions on the how to. We know that many students watch the videos, and some of you manage to find your own way, but there are some of you that just need that extra help and say, please, can you hold my hand and show me exactly how these proctoring tools work? And this is the purpose of the session. We really want you to go into the examinations confident with the technology skills, the digital skills that you require, so this doesn't become an obstacle for you. Over the past few years, these sessions have proven to be very, very strategic for many students in a sense that by the time they finish the sessions, they were confident enough to go into the examination. The colleagues that you have with you, David, Richard, and the others that might join us, they've been doing this for years, so they know exactly where the challenges that are for students. They know exactly how to mitigate some of those challenges, and they know how to make you comfortable enough to get into that examination process. So I encourage you to make the best of this, use this opportunity, don't feel shy, use the opportunity. You know, I always say to students, you rather use the opportunity, ask the question, even if it sounds silly, ask the question. And then you will get into the examination knowing there were the proper responses. Sometimes you stay quiet and then you get into the examination and then you struggle. Rather not, use the opportunity that you've got now that the university is affording you. With that said, I wish you all the best for the blast session. Thank you so much to David and Richard as well. Thank you so much, David. Let me hand over to you.
Thanks, Denzel. Much appreciated. And welcome. Yuri has also joined us this morning from Invigilating app, guys. So we've got the experts here on site. So today's the day. So please make sure you ask us questions. All right, so just to kick off, I just want to check with you guys. You can use the chat. Did you guys attend or watch any of the webinars that we had during the week or the previous week? In the chat, just say yes or no. I just want to gather where you guys are at, because ideally, we would like you guys to have actually gone through everything first and then come and ask us the questions this morning. I was going to say evening, but it's still morning. And I see lots of no's are happening. Okay, at least you guys are honest. You did not attend. Oh my good grief. Okay, the good news is today we are going to cover quite a lot of what you should know, but we are really going to focus in on the areas that you really need to go and practice and get sorted out. The other elements you're going to just need to go and read over and just go through the materials that we're going to share with you. Okay, I see a lot of no's, so that's a bit concerning that you guys did not join or at least watch the webinars. Okay, but anyway, that's fine. That's why we're here, guys. So we're going to go through everything with you, and then you guys will be able to ask questions. But ideally, the questions would have been great if you at least tested out the proctoring tools. Okay, so let's get on with it, guys. So there's basically 3 phases that you go through, or 3 steps that you go through. So we're going to just show you how to access the open My Exam support site, because that's kind of the key element. And that's where you're going to start. So if you're confused, you don't know what to do, that's where you start. So we're going to show it or share the link with you. There we go. Richard shared it in the chat, guys. Keep that link handy. That's the first place you're going to start. And then you work through all the lessons, and then it will guide you through all the proctoring tools, how to practically do them, to test it out, to make sure it's working. So there we go. You didn't know about them. That's a little bit scary, hey? But yes, so we must just check our marketing and that one as well. We're going to look at the proctoring lookup tool. So do you guys know which proctoring tool do you need to use for each module? Maybe again, use the chat, say yes or no. That's a very important question that I'm asking. Do you know which proctoring tool you need to use for each of your modules? So I see a couple of yeses. There's a no. Okay, don't worry, no's. We're going to sort you out today. You're going to become yeses after this. I see quite a lot of yeses are coming through, so that's great stuff. So we're going to look at the proctoring tool quickly, see how that works. The profile photo. I see a couple of you guys do have profile photos already uploaded. So we're going to just show you that as well. It's very quick and easy to do. And then, of course, we will look at something like required devices, just to check if you're planning to get a new laptop or borrow one, or a smartphone for that matter, then what should you be looking for? And then, of course, we're going to do the proctoring tools. We're going to show you all three. We're going to demonstrate them to you. And then we also show you how to go and practice it on your own when you've got the time to make sure that you are ready for your exams. Then step 2 is really just about accessing your exam from My Exams platform, and we explain that, how that rolls. And then, of course, the different types of exams and why academic integrity is so important. And then, of course, step 3 is very important, the support that you need to get and know where to find help from the regional, from the SCSC, the Student Contact Center, students who have got special needs or disabilities, what you guys should have done by now, but we'll give you the contact details, and of course then also Lawazi. Okay, accessing the recordings. You guys love to ask us, where do we get the recordings? And it's a good question, actually. So let me quickly show you. I'm just going to stop my presentation quickly. Yeah, I really need a new laptop because this one is just showing me flames. Okay, so let me quickly grab my, let me just throw it this way. So the quickest, easiest way to get the recordings, there's 2 places, guys. The first one is if you go to the Adov channel on the YouTube, YouTube platform, you just look up Academic Development Open Virtual Hub. It will take you directly to where we share all our recordings. So in your case, you just go to live is where we are today. So you can see all the other things that we get up to. And then, of course, the playlist. So the playlist is also a place you can look. You just go look for My Exams. And then all the recordings you could possibly want are all sitting in here. So, but of course, there are repeat sessions. So don't worry, you don't have to watch all the videos. You can select any of them, run through it, and then you can actually see what was happening there. You can actually see Richard's explaining Moodle proctoring, for example. So that's another way of doing it, guys. So it's totally up to you. I know with Teams, sometimes you do have sound problems. So it's always easy then to just jump across to YouTube. There is a live link, but then you just use the Teams chat to still communicate with us. So yeah, so that's where the recordings are sitting. But of course, then also on the Adov platform for the course itself. So I'm going to show you this at the same time. So if you go to adov.unisa.ac.za, that's the link that Richard's already shared with you. You'll see that all our courses are listed here. They're all 100% free, and it's open to the public as much as the students of UNISA. So some of these, anybody can go and do them. But obviously for exams, you would want to be a UNISA student. So you just go to adov.unisa.ac.za, and you'll see it's the very first one that you come across, which is My Exams, Basic Skills for Online Exams. The very first time, it's going to ask you to join or sign up or log in. So you'll just say continue. You will say yes because you're a UNISA student, and you'll select the UNISA account option. So it's exactly like My Modules. I'm just repeating this because we did have a lot of people saying no. So I just want to make sure that you can get to this point, because if you can get here, then you are sorted, because everything you need to know, guys, is actually sitting in here. There's the profile pic, the proctoring tools, the 3 different proctoring tools that we use. So everything you need is sitting right here. And then you'll see at the bottom, there is web recording. So that's another way to get to the recordings that we've just had, the sessions that you've just had, and there we go. Okay, so it's very, very simple to get to the recordings, and of course to get to the Adov site itself. So hopefully you guys saw that. The links are in the chat, so please just keep them and work through the materials, because it really, really will help you. So let's continue then with the recording side of things. Okay, there's no assessment, there's no prizes, unfortunately. You guys are busy with exams. Okay, so as you guys saw, the first thing that we looked at was really opening the My Exam support. So that's the Adov site that I've just showed you a few seconds ago. And it's very important that you get to this site. So there is the short URL or the bit.ly. So if you guys, I think Richard probably has shared it a few times already. So this is, again, something that you just need to make sure that you've got. You can scan it in with a QR code. If you've got a laptop and a smartphone, then yes, of course, then you can quickly scan it in to get to the right place. But don't worry, we will share the links with you more than once today. And I will share with you all the links so that you guys can always go back and then don't have to panic. All right, so what we really want to look at here, and this is why it's so important, your profile pick and the proctoring lookup tool. These two elements are very quick to do, and you should do it today even. So let's quickly go have a look. So when I'm speaking about these two elements, you'll see they're sitting under lesson 3. So lesson 3 is quite important because the engine of this whole course is actually sitting in lesson 3. So this is like your critical 5 things that you need to know how to do. So the first one is your proctoring, your profile pick. All right, so if you go click on the page, you'll see it's going to open up a page, and then it's going to give you the detailed steps that you need to follow. Okay, so it's nice and easy. And then the important element is right at the bottom of the page, you'll see there's also a video. So it's totally up to you. You can either just follow the steps, although it takes you quite literally 2 minutes to do, or you can just go watch the video at the bottom. So it's totally up to you guys, but please make sure you do this as soon as possible. Today would be great. Then at least you know it's done. Now, the first very important thing here. Notice you only do your profile picture on MyUnisa. Not my exams, only on MyUnisa. Okay, guys, MyUnisa only. If you go to my exams and you log in there, you're not going to be able to upload your profile picture. That is perfectly correct. That's exactly the setup that has been done. Okay, so just remember, only on MyUnisa. So there's the steps. You're going to go to MyUnisa, you're going to click on My Modules. Currently, it'll be blank, right? So then you'll select profile, so you won't have an image, in other words. Then you'll see it opens up like this. You'll see there's an edit button. So currently, it's still not there. You'll have your email address, which is perfect. Then you will go upload your picture. So it's almost like you've done a written assignment. It's actually the same concept in terms of uploading or selecting a file and uploading a file. But this case, it's going to be your picture. So please just go check your device where you've saved it. And then you go select your picture. If it doesn't come up as a portrait, maybe it comes across like a landscape. In other words, it's like you've fallen over. Just do a quick Google search or Copilot search and just see how to quickly edit. I think Paint can quickly change it, the orientation. So it's something very quick that you can actually do. So you just have to do some quick search over there. Then once you've uploaded your picture, guys, you just hit the button and immediately you should see your beautiful picture popping up right over there. So guys, don't worry about makeup and hair and all that type of stuff. Just a simple picture like the 2 pictures I'm seeing on my screen. Fantastic, straightforward. And that's why we need to upload the profile pic. So that, guys, will quite literally take you 2 minutes to do. You can quickly do it, done, tick it off, and then you can go to the next section, which is going to be proctoring tools. Now, guys, here's something that's very important. We have 3 different types of proctoring tools. You can only use one proctoring tool per exam. However, you don't necessarily going to do all 3 proctoring tools. Okay, that all depends on your module. So your module leader or lecturer would have already communicated this with you, I'm sure, many times to say for this module, this is the proctoring tool you're going to use. Right, so we can check it over here. So there's a nice little tool that we've put together for you. So you simply go type in the module code, for example, ENG 1511. If you're doing this module, you are going to do the Invigilating app. So that means, okay, I need to know how this app works. How do I set it up? How do I practice it, the demo? And then, well, go and practice. There's nothing else you need to do. And be comfortable with it. Understand how it works. And if you've got queries, then come and ask us. So that makes it easier for you guys then. All right, let's try another one. INF. Let's say look at some INF modules. Okay, so INF CSET, they're going to use iris proctoring. So this tool, guys, will tell you which tool do you need to use. Now, if you don't find any of the module popping up over here, that means I need to go and check my exam timetable. What is my exam timetable telling me? So go check your My Life. You should have received it probably many times, months ago, or days ago. So go check your exam timetable. If you don't see it there for whatever reason, go back to MyUnisa, go click on My Admin, and go look at that way to go see your exam timetable. I think it's under assessments. So yes, then you can go that way to quickly do it. Or I think it's even an easier way to do it, if I remember correctly, Richard. I think if we just type in UNISA exam timetable, there is a tool, if I remember correctly, that's open. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fantastic. I don't even know which modules these are, but I'm going to put them all in. Let's just see. Does it give me exam timetable? Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, they are cheating, guys. I just had module codes and I simply added them in. But what does this tell me? It tells me there's my sessions and it tells me when. Okay, they're all online. So there's nothing there that I don't need to submit in terms of a portfolio. So if it says departmental requirements, guys, then it's simple. Go back to the module, go check your tutorial letter, go check your announcements, because the lecture would have told you for this module, you're submitting a portfolio, or it's a continuous assessment module. So therefore, there is no exam like what you're going to do here. So just take note of that as well. That's questions that we do get as well. Right, so then the next thing we can actually do is, I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit. And I find this is also quite useful. So when you get to the exam portal, right? Because remember, there's an exam portal that you're going to access and log in and access the exam itself. And you'll see it's there. So under My UNISA, you'll find My Exam. So if you go click on it, you will actually see for today, in the next 7 days or 6 days in advance, it'll tell you the exam and what proctoring tool is that exam using. So you can also go and check here when you get a little bit closer to your date. All right, so definitely for this module, I'm using Moodle proctoring. It makes life a lot easier then for you. All right, so that's very, very important. So I've just jumped a little bit ahead because I see this is quite nicely done as well. So checking the proctoring tool is critical. There's no point in you practicing something that you don't need to use. That's really what we're trying to tell you. So check your modules, see which proctoring tool you need to use, and there are the 3 different proctoring tools that you're going to tackle. Okay, so I hope you guys are following me. So just remember, you get onto this course site. If you joined a bit late, jump over to lesson 3, upload your profile pic, 10 seconds. The next 10 seconds, get to your proctoring tool, type in your module codes, quickly double check if you don't know which ones you need to use. Then once you know, go and practice them with the device that you're going to use for your exam. That's the best and easiest way to get ready, guys, to understand the technology, and then you'll see it's not that bad, actually. Okay, so there we go. So those 2 things, lesson 3, critical, that's what we would tackle. Right, so let's have a look then. So profile photo, just remind me again quickly, where do we upload the profile picture? Only on My UNISA. Not My Exams, you can't do it there, only on My UNISA, okay? So just take a nice picture of yourself, and it's really quick to do. You guys can do it, as I said, the steps on lesson 3, go follow the steps, quickly upload your profile pic. Again, very importantly, proctoring tool, check your exam timetable, check the announcements from the lecturer, go and check the tools that we've just showed you this morning, and then you can just make sure you've got the right proctoring tool. Now, required devices is something a little bit interesting. And why we bring this in is because you've got to look after your device, guys. Because remember, you're writing exams, so you've got to make sure it's working as smoothly as possible. So please, there is a course on the out of site called Mobile Learning Masterclass. So if you want to learn more about how to make your device more efficient as possible, where we teach you how to look at the memory and all such things, go and have a look at it if you've got the time, because now time might be a problem. So guys, if you're using a smartphone, remember you can borrow a phone from anybody or a laptop from anybody. Okay, it doesn't have to belong to you to write an exam. That's the cool thing. So if you don't have a good device or one that's maybe broken, it's fine. Borrow somebody else's. But the most important thing is make sure you do the practice proctoring test or demo test that we've got for you on that device that you're planning to. That way you're comfortable. So no longer than 5 years, guys, because technology moves very fast. Make sure it's updated. So if you can get to the internet, or not really the internet cafe, more like campus, because there's free internet, then rather just quickly do that. Go to campus, update everything, then you know it's sorted. You do need internet access. That's why you get data, guys. So hopefully you've got good data connection. Just check the space on the device. Okay, so in other words, make sure the device is not full, because if it's full, then you can't like install an app like the proctoring tools. So you might just need to delete some of those pictures and videos or back them up at least. Camera, microphone, and sound must be working. So those are the 3 that you must have. Okay, I've uploaded a picture, but when I write my exams, it shows blank on my side. When I go to side of the pictures uploaded, why can't I see it during the exam? That's the setup that they've done, Priscilla. So in other words, you upload your picture on my modules, all right, which the exam guys can access, by the way. But on my exams, it's not necessary for it to be there because it already exists on my modules. So that's why they're not duplicating the picture for you. So that's exactly the setup. Okay, so don't worry, guys, if you log into my exams and you don't all of a sudden see your profile picture anymore, that's perfectly normal. As long as when you log into my modules and you can see your beautiful face over there, then you are sorted. Okay, so then it works out fine. If you've got a laptop or a desktop, guys, then that's also the way to go. That's kind of more ideal just because it's a bigger screen. It'll make it easier for you just to be comfortable. That's really what we're saying. However, there are students who have completed their degrees using a smartphone only, and that's reality. So if you do have access, that's awesome. But if not, then we use the best thing that you possibly can get. So again, Windows 10 or the latest at internet access, yes, straightforward. Your productivity tools, remember with My Life, you can access all the Microsoft products. So you just log into My Life, you'll see there's a download button on the right-hand side, and then you can actually go install Word and Excel and PowerPoint, all that stuff onto your device. So check that out, that's quite useful. Just go to your nearest campus, the computer labs, those guys, they will help you. Google Chrome and Edge, guys. Very importantly, use Google Chrome or Edge. Also on your smart device, don't use Samsung Internet because that's not Google Chrome, guys. So rather use the actual Google Chrome. So make sure you're using the right browser. I think that usually catches people out. And again, the usual things, camera, webcam, microphone, sound, Wi-Fi. Please note the microphones with the headset, the gaming ones, you can't use that for your exams, unfortunately. It must just be a normal microphone. So yeah. All right, so that's great stuff. So that's basically, if you're looking at a device, consider this, but by now I'm sure you've got one, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so there we've handled the first 2 things. Profile pic, got it sorted. I see some of the questions. I hope you guys there are sorted. Then proctoring tool, quickly check. What do I need to go and practice? Right, so between Richard, myself, and Yuri, we're going to show you the 3 different proctoring tools, how to test it, to make sure your device is working. Remember, the test is to test your device and for you to be comfortable with the technology. All right, so just before I get there, just remember something that's very, very important because it happens quite often. MCQ, guys, multiple choice questions. Yep, that's one of the exam types. What they call a take-home exam. It just means, this one always catches people, okay? Take-home simply just means it's something that you're going to type or write out. Okay, well, preferably at home because that's where you'll be doing it. But wherever you'd be doing it, it's not a problem. So it's like an assignment, but the only difference thing is you're just going to type it up and write it up, and it's an exam. That's really the only difference. But they call it a take-home exam. Then the third option, and this is usually where you guys send us emails saying, I don't see it, or it says this. Remember, module arrangement means it's not a multiple choice. It's not a take-home exam. They've given you something else that you need to complete, like a portfolio, or it's a continuous assessment module. It means it's got a different setup. So therefore, you're not going to do an exam with a proctoring tool. So all you need to do for those modules, go and check the announcements and quickly go see what are they saying, because they would have already told you. Something like EUP module, for example, 1501. There you just submit a portfolio and you're done. Okay, so yes, so those type of modules, just go check the instructions over there. All right, so here we go. The 3 proctoring tools, Moodle, Invigilating, and Iris. So let's jump into Moodle. Now, Moodle is actually the easiest one. The reason being, it's built into the Moodle platform. That's why you'll always see this word Moodle. Guys, just remember, Moodle is simply the foundation, right? The coding, the learning management system that we build my UNISA on and my exams on and my modules on. So do not install the Moodle app, please, because that's a generic app that doesn't actually fit into whatever we're doing at UNISA, guys. So you just go to your Google browser and you go directly to the web address. Okay, so please don't worry about Moodle apps. I see last session we had people wanting to connect and do Lord knows what with the Moodle app. So please do not worry about the Moodle app. You can actually delete it. You don't need it. It's not actually recommended from us to you. Now, Moodle proctoring, the nice thing is you don't install anything. That's first thing. It's really great. It's ready in the platform for you. All you need to do is enable your camera when it says enable your camera. That's all you need to do. Then your camera comes on, and then you can simply just continue with the exam. So the camera is just going to take pictures to make sure it's you. And those are the pictures it's going to compare with the My Modules picture. Okay, so just take note of that. So they're going to take a picture of you. They're going to do a quick AI check on you to make sure it's you writing your exam. That's it. That's the nice thing with Moodle proctoring. Nothing to install, very easy to do. So I'm actually going to show you this one. So let me quickly stop my presentation again. You can see this guy is very happy. He's smiling. He's writing an exam. So please, you guys are allowed to smile. All right, so we're still in lesson 3, right? Now we go to our Moodle proctoring. We open it up. So it just basically tells you it's called the webcam, Moodle proctoring webcam. You might see those names popping up. And it basically then just says what it is. But that's basically what I've just told you. So just check this pink writing over here. This is quite interesting. It's something that you can actually go fiddle with. So when you've got, let's say you're using a smart device, right? It's got a small screen. Change your rotation. In other words, from portrait to landscape, and check and see how does the questions appear on your device. That's something I think you should definitely try out, just to see how does it look. Is it better if it's portrait, or is it better if it's landscape? So go play around. There we actually do give you the frequently asked questions, and we tell you how to do that. But just go play around with it, just to see, okay, what on my device that I'm using, which way does it look a bit easier for me to read the questions, to see the answers, and make a selection and go to the next question. So go try that out. All right, so with MCQ, this is the icon that you will see. So when you log into My Exams and you open your page, then this is the little guy you're going to see. You can actually do it today. You can actually log in. The only thing is the exam won't be ready for you. So obviously it'll only open on the date of the exam, but you can at least log in already. Once you've opened it, it will give you some information, right? That's standard, like how long, the date, the time, that type of thing. But immediately your camera is going to want to enable itself. So with Moodle proctoring, immediately, once you get to the right page, it will only then want to open the camera for you. Okay, so that's important. So you must allow it. But what I always tell you guys is block it and see how to unblock it. Just in case in the day of the exam, you accidentally click on block, and then you're going to be panicking because you don't know how to unblock it. So go play around, in other words. That's the whole point of the demo test, guys. But you must allow it, guys, otherwise you can't write your exam. And please do not block your camera. Okay, don't put your finger there or bubble gum or anything like that, because that will also be flagged, okay? So I know students can take chances. We're all there at one point in our lives, so please don't block it. All right, so once you enable it, you'll say attempt your quiz, and immediately it's going to pop up a little window. You will see yourself 100%, and then you must just click on this little validate little checkbox. So you just tick it, and then you'll see start attempt will open. All right. Then once it starts up, you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see your picture being taken over there. And that's perfectly normal. The catch is now, guys, with smartphone, you won't see this necessarily. You'll just see a little button that you'll click on that opens a separate page where you can see it. So go and play around with your interface to see if I hit this button, what do I see? Just for your own sake, so that you understand how the Moodle proctoring is working. We also have a video for you, so you can go watch the video if you want. If you don't want to read the steps like that, or you just want Doc Maria to show you how to do it, then that's also great. Go do it that way as well. Totally up to you. It's the same steps. Once you've completed this, then you go and do it yourself. In other words, I go down and it says, right, come and do the practice exam. So all you're going to do is you're going to click on it. The very first time it's going to say to you, you can enroll for this course. Remember, it's free, so don't worry about it. You'll click on enroll, and then you should land on this page right here again. All right, so once you're here, then you'll just scroll down. You won't see all this other stuff that only I can see, but you'll see mock MCQ exam. Click on it. It's going to open the page, and immediately, because I've been on this page before, the camera is going to start telling me I'm already being used. So I remember that you were here before, therefore I'm going to activate myself. So it remembers itself. So go play around with these settings, guys, just to say switch it off, switch it on. Like now, see what's going to happen. You see, then it says this page actually needs to be reloaded. That's perfect. Hit the reload button. You see, please allow camera access. So if it's telling me this, that means I haven't enabled my camera. Right, so now I need to enable my camera. Where is my little button gone? Okay, so I click on it, there it is. Then I simply just click on it. So the interface is a little bit different. Then you just say reset permission. No, man. Only this time. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, there I am. Great stuff. Okay, then I can hit the reset button. Let's get it going. All right, and there you'll see. So there you'll see the little button. So the most important thing, I hope you guys saw that, you do need to refresh the page. It's not automatically just going to do it for you. I just wanted to show you that as well. So only this time it's going to enable my camera now. So there, your camera now is in use. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Then we just give you a basic outline saying, yes, we've got a few little questions for you. Go answer those questions. We're just trying to simulate it for you. And we also do give you the proctoring tool again, and also the guide as well. So all I'm going to do is you'll see start attempt. In my case, it will just continue from where I am. And there we go. So immediately the camera opens. It says, there you are. I can't click on start attempt. Why? Because I need to tick this little box over here. So once I tick it, start attempt, and there we go. See, the nice thing is, guys, it's just multiple choice questions. So there's my picture there. There's the questions I answer. I say next, and I continue to the next question. Here's something very important. I'm on question 2. There is no go back to previous questions. So that's something you must also know for your exams. That's set up that way. Okay, my thing is just taking a bit of time, no problem. Please take note of that. You can't go back with these multiple choice questions. They've set them up that way, so you can only see the question on your screen. You need to answer it and then move on to the next question. You can't go backwards, so please take note of that. Your lecturer would have told you by now, I'm sure, but just in case that you might have missed it, just take note of that interface. Okay, you can't go backwards, so that's very, very important. All right, so of course, yes, we've got flag and things like that because this is just a practice exam, but just take note. You must answer the question, move on to the next. Just remember, guys, the good news is the answers on the screen, just go select it, please. That's all. And then you should be fine. You should pass your exam. And that is how Moodle proctoring works. Nice, straightforward. Go and practice it if your modules require it. As you can see, you don't have to install anything. Just go and test your camera. Make sure it's nice and clear. Run through these questions over here. It might pop up a question about lighting, or warning at least, about warning about lighting in the room that you're in. If it's not good enough, don't worry about it, okay? It will still take pictures of you. Unless it's really dark, then yeah, you'll see. I'm actually surprised. Ah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. So my face, because I don't have the light on here, this side of my face is a bit darker, then it's actually going to start saying the lighting isn't that great. So just sit in a nice room that you've got good lighting, and then just continue with the exam. So for our demo exam, it's very sensitive. It's going to give you this because we want to show you. If you see this message, don't panic. Just concentrate on your exam. Okay, you might have moved a bit too far away from your screen, so sometimes that will happen. And if you move a bit closer, then you see the warning now disappeared because I'm moving back and forward. So we wanted you to see that. So if you do sit in your exam, just say, that's nice, just focus again on your questions and continue. So don't panic too much, but don't block the camera. That's the only catch. All right, so that's basically where I'm going to stop. And then now we're going to tackle the next proctoring tool, which is going to be in the Invigilating app. So you guys will actually see that this one little bit of a setup, but it's actually not that bad. So go and practice it, and you'll see that you will be there in no time. So I'm going to hand over to Yuri, who's going to tackle the Invigilating app, and then after that, he will go hand over to Richard to show you guys Iris. So thanks, Yuri.
Thank you very much, David. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to be spending a bit of time with you today. So I am quickly going to discuss what you need to know and how you need to prepare for using the Invigilator app. So as David has mentioned, it's really important to double check that you know which of your modules are going to make use of the Invigilator app. So guys, then also I'm going to refer to lesson 3, where you can find more information on the Invigilator app. So a couple of things that I just want to start off with. Very, very, very important is that for any UNISA exam that you are going to write and you are going to be proctored by the Invigilator app, we will only be making use of the Invigilator mobile phone application, the smartphone application. So guys, you have to start off by downloading the application from your mobile phone app store. That could be the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, or the Huawei App Gallery. You cannot make use of the Invigilator app on your PC or on your laptop. There is a laptop application available, but UNISA is not using the laptop app. You will only be using the mobile phone application. What that means is that the proctoring will take place on your phone. So guys, many of you might be attempting your assessment on a computer, and that's 100% fine. But even though you might be using your computer or your laptop to write the actual assessment, you will be proctored by the Invigilator app on your smartphone. So please, that's very important. We get lots of students that try to use the laptop application or the PC application, and you will not be able to do that. Guys, also very important to please do the onboarding as soon as possible. Do not leave this for the day of your first exam. Please ensure that you register well in advance. So what you will do is you will download the application from your mobile phone and then you will register and create a profile. If you have used the application in the past, then you can just log in with your previous credentials. But if you are a first-time user of the Invigilator application, you will have to register as a student. And very important that when you register by using your UNISA My Life email address. You cannot register with a personal email address. The licenses are provisioned on your UNISA My Life email address. So please ensure that you register there. Then once you've registered, you will be able to log in and you will be able to use the Invigilator application on the day. There's a very important document available that's called the Student User Guide. And if I just quickly run you through the Invigilator Student User Guide, this is a step-by-step instruction document on what you need to know. So even though the application is very intuitive and it's quite easy to use, we do have detailed instructions as well. They'll explain to you exactly what the application does. Where do you reach out to our technical support team in the event that you need technical assistance? How to use the in-app browser if you only have one device. So if you only have a smartphone and you've got to write the assessment on your smartphone or access the assessment on your smartphone and you have to be invigilated or proctored, how do you use the in-app browser? Then very important, there's a demo test, guys, that everybody please have to do just to ensure that you are 100% prepared. And then we also have a step-by-step walkthrough explaining how do you go about downloading the app, registering on the app, how to verify your account, how to calibrate your phone, take your master selfie, log in, and then lastly do the demo test. So this is a comprehensive document that provides you with a lot of information with regards to how the application will work. As I've mentioned, there's a dedicated WhatsApp help desk available, a technical help desk. If you need any assistance or guidance, or if you've got questions, guys, you can WhatsApp this number. Please take note, it cannot be phoned. You can only WhatsApp this number, and we have support agents on duty 7 days a week from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. Once again, please do this well in advance. Do not leave it for the day of your assessment. There, as I said, we explain how to use the in-app browser, and then very important that you will see here on page 7 is the demo test. So there's a demo QR code. So what you will do is once you've downloaded the application, you've logged in, you can scan this QR code, and it is a short demo test that will just show you exactly how the application is going to work. So very, very simple for you to refer to that. Ladies and gentlemen, then for your take-home exams, you will be required to scan your script at the end. So once your time has run out and you've got to stop writing, you will be granted 10 minutes on the Invigilator application specifically for the scanning of each page of your answer sheet. So there's a built-in PDF scanner that will allow you to scan each page of your answer sheet if you're going to write it out by hand. If you're going to type it out on your computer, you can just use that scanner to then scan each page of your computer screen as well. And that will then serve as a submission on the Invigilator app. You will also be able to share that PDF out of the Invigilator application at the end, and you can use that same PDF to then upload it onto My Exams and onto Moodle. So there will be 2 submissions. The one is on the Invigilator app. The second one is on My Exam. So you will have 10 minutes to scan your script on the Invigilator app, and you will have 30 minutes to upload your answers onto My Exam. So it's a total of 30 minutes. So 10 minutes for Invigilator app, and then a further 20 minutes for Moodle or My Exams. So please just time yourself to ensure that you do not miss any of the uploads. Some questions that we've received in the past is, what is the 48-hour cutoff window for the upload? So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that on the Invigilator application, all of the data that we've collected through the proctoring session will be encrypted on your smartphone, and that'll have to be uploaded at the end. However, in the event that you have problems with your internet or your Wi-Fi has gone down, that data will encrypt on your device, and UNISA will allow you up until 48 hours after the exam to upload that data. So to go back into the application once you have re-established your internet connection, and to then upload that data onto the Invigilator application. Really very simple to use. Guys, once you've scanned the QR code to start your assessment, you can put down your phone and you can attempt your exam. There will be a number of random prompts for you to take selfies and to take photos of an ID document. So please just be aware of those prompts. They do happen at random, so don't worry if you haven't received a prompt within the first 5 or 10 minutes. Over the course of let's say a 3-hour exam, there will be about four prompts. So they are spaced throughout the 4 hours. So don't worry about it. Just put your phone next to you and proceed with your exam on your computer. Or if you're going to attempt the exam on your phone, then obviously you will have your phone in your hand when you get those notifications. So very, very simple and very easy to use. On this mock site, you will see there's also a demo test that you can do, or a mock exam. It's similar to the one in the student user guide. So please just ensure that you do either this mock exam or the one in the student user guide to just assist you and to provide you with guidance and to prepare you on the day of the assessment. Really very easy to use, ladies and gentlemen. Best of luck with your upcoming exams. I'm going to hand back to David and team.
All right, thanks, Yuri. Much appreciated. So there we go, guys. Invigilating app. Just remember, it is covered in lesson 3, so you guys can also work through it. That's if you need to use it only. You only do the module or the proctoring tool if your module requires it. Otherwise, it's not necessary. So just focus on that one. So now I'm going to hand over to Richard, who's going to show you guys how Iris unfolds. And yep, so over to you, Richard.
Thank you, David. And let me just share my screen. Good morning, everyone. So just also last tips on the Invigilator app. So I'm just going to put up this timeline. See, there is actually a question over here. It will be available 15 minutes before and 50 minutes after. So let's look at exactly how the timeline works. So say we are writing from 9 to 11. So that's a 2-hour question paper. So remember, you log into My Exams 15 minutes before the time. So if you're already logged in, just remember 15 minutes before the time, refresh the page so it will show that the question paper is open. So at this time, what you can do is you can download your question paper, you can start the Invigilator app, and you can read through the questions, getting basically ready to write from 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, that's when you do the last steps in the Invigilator app. It starts. Note, you only have 30 minutes after that to still activate or scan the QR code. After this, you are considered late for the exam, so you won't be able to, how can I say, activate the Invigilator app. So that 45-minute period, this is what you have to activate the Invigilator app. But 15 minutes before the time, log into My Exams, refresh the page. If you're already there, you download your question paper, you get ready basically. During this time, you focus on writing. So I saw a few questions. Yes, you have the app running on your phone, you put it next to you. It will dim, it will go into sleep mode, but as long as it's the main app running, you will still get the notifications, all of that during this time. You can either write it out by hand or you can type it out on your laptop. So yes, you can use your two devices. After this time, if you finish early in the app, you just say, you go upload to My Exams, and you go into the app and you say you're finished, you do scan in your question paper, you start the upload process. But since we are now writing to 11 o'clock, this is basically submission time. So after this time, you can't write anymore. Do not answer any more questions or make any changes. What you do is you've got 10 minutes to scan in the Invigilator app. So in the Invigilator app, it basically has a scanning feature. You scan all the pages. If you wrote it on your laptop, you just basically open up the Word document, you scroll through and make sure you take pictures of every single, so you capture all the words that you've written. So remember, you only have 10 minutes for the Invigilator app, but you've got 30 minutes for My Exams. So after this 10 minutes, there will be 20 minutes left for you to upload to My Exams. Make sure you upload to both platforms. So I see there what happens if you've got, for instance, technical difficulties during with the upload process. That's when you contact the Invigilator app. This 10 minutes is you must start the upload process. So if it gets stuck, there's network problems or anything like that, as I mentioned, you still got, 48 hours left to complete it. But that's when you reach out to the WhatsApp number, you ask for assistance from the Invigilator app team. So please make sure of these times, 50 minutes before, 10 minutes after for the Invigilator app, and 30 minutes for My Exams. During this time, you only focus on writing. Now I'm going to put it in the chat again. Please do the mock exam. So we have the mock exam set up, basically like you would do a real exam. So when you come and do this, come and download the question paper. So you open up the mock take-home exam. Remember, take-home exam, it's written exam. So you come in here, you scan the QR code, and you'll see you get 10 minutes, and you download the question paper here at the bottom. So you basically do it like you would do on the day of your writing. Type it out in Microsoft Word, and then afterwards come back to the mock exam, and then you come and upload your document. So remember, the take-home exams uses the same tool as the assignments tool. So if you've then done a written assignment already, it will be available on here. I see there. Let me just copy this in there for the WhatsApp number. Please keep this safe. What's this thing now? Giving me problems here. There we go. This is the WhatsApp number that you will contact if you need support. But now remember as well, when you upload your file, you need to tick the box to say that you acknowledge this is your own work. Remember also just to check what file types are supported. So PDF is your safest one. So Microsoft Word, just save it as PDF. Usually it's also one file, and generally it's got a very generous, file size. So you should not have any problems with that. Once you add the file, now I just want to show you here questions we had in the past. You perhaps accidentally click on one of these other ones. So the one you want to be on is upload a file, and then you can choose the file from your device. Yes, please save this WhatsApp number. We've got it in the chat. So if you have any problems, please reach out to the team. Even if you're doing the demos, if you're experiencing any problems, this is the number that you will contact. So now we're going to get to iris proctoring. I saw there was actually a few questions regarding iris already. How do you get flagged for iris? So iris has a very complicated system, how you can get flagged. It might be that you're browsing to different websites on your device. It might also be that somebody's talking to you. You also get flagged depending on your eye movements. So this is a very complicated app. You can get flagged, how can I say, in multiple ways. Now, just remember, and this is for all the proctoring tools, if you get flagged, it doesn't really mean anything. It means somebody is going to have to look at or listen to the audio or look at what happened in that period. So there's a physical person still going to go through that to ensure that academic misconduct has taken place. So remember, from the university side, they have to prove that academic misconduct did take place. So getting flagged basically just means there's an area of concern. Somebody is going to listen to it and go through it. A very exciting job, as you can imagine. But so yes, let's get to iris. Iris is only used by the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. So remember, if you use it in any of the other colleges, you won't be using the iris tool. So if you're doing computer science, or, any of the mechanical engineering, this is the tool that you will be using. Only runs on laptops or desktops. So remember, the Invigilator app only runs on your laptop, while this one only runs, the Invigilator app only runs on your smartphone. This one only runs on your laptop or desktop computer. Then also, very importantly, you have to use Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. So no Safari, no Mozilla Firefox, any of those. You have to use Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Now, also very importantly, your computer requires a microphone and camera. So remember, if you're using a desktop PC, you will need to get a webcam. I'm just quickly going to stop sharing on my side here, and I'm just going to put it into a single switch off the one screen here. So let's have a look at the demo for this iris examination. So, oh, there it goes back. Let me just quickly share again. Okay, let me share on my side. So if we go, remember back on our course, so we are still under lesson 3. So what we're going to do is just go to the iris invigilation proctoring. Now, very important on the site, you will use this official iris website. This is my preferred method of setting this up. So you just scroll down, you can still have a read through what is iris proctoring, but click on this link, official iris website, and this will open up the documentation that they have specifically for UNISA. So here you can see there's 2 options. So remember, this is a browser application extension that you need to install. So if you're using Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, depending on which one you use, that's the one that you will install. They've also got the latest manuals that you can use to just go through to make sure you set it up correctly. But I'll show you now how easy it is. But what I also like about it, they've got these question and answers, general questions and answers. So a lot of times you might be wondering, about iris, all the information is already available here. Now, just very importantly, Windows 10, RAM, 8 GB plus, hard drive, 200 megabytes minimum. So make sure you've got the latest Google Chrome as well, and also make sure you've got enough space on your device when you run this application. What I generally advise is you should have a PC that can comfortably run Microsoft Word, all of these applications, so you know it can handle Iris. So if we go back to the top, to install it, it's very easy. You select the browser that you're using. I'm using Microsoft Edge, so I'll click on this one. Now you'll notice I already have it installed, so for me the option is remove, but it will show basically at the top there's this little puzzle icon. So you click on this puzzle icon, and then you can click on the three dots, and from here you can actually also remove from the browser you're using very easily. But just as long as it's installed, the first time you visit this page, you just say add, it installs very quickly, and then it will show as an extension to your browser. Now, just as all the other applications, this also has a mock exam. So let me just quickly open up here. Go back. So Iris, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there's a Iris mock exam. Now you'll note there's two actually for this one. The one is a file upload and the other one is an MCQ. So because this is only used by the College of Science and Engineering Technology, you use it for both types of exams, the take-home and the MCQ. So it's the written one and the multiple choice questionnaire that you get. Just a note on MCQ, if you're going to be writing MCQ exams, it will ask for a password. You won't be given the password. It will be filled in by the Iris extension automatically. I'll show you now when we go through the demo what you can do as well if it did not fill in the password. But remember, with the MCQs, it will say password protected. You will not have a password. You just continue. It will autofill. You say basically next, and like you almost filled it in, and it will start the MCQ assessment. So come and do the MCQ test as well to make sure that it is working, because then it will be working on the exam site as well. So I'm going to look at the Iris file upload assessment. Once I click on file upload assessment, Iris will actually pop up, as you can see here. I have to agree to the terms and conditions. And once I click that, the button turns blue. If it's not clicked, I can't continue. So you have to agree to the terms and conditions. You do not have to consent, for the use of your data. So from here, you can continue. And there's 8 steps to set this up. So the first one is you select your camera. So remember, from the drop down, you should perhaps only have one. Then you can click next. The next step is to click your microphone. I saw there was a question on the chat about the microphone. Please make sure on settings in Windows that your microphone is enabled and that it is working. Use the dictation app just to make sure that your recordings are working. Once you select your microphone, you can continue. You need to put in your full name as per your ID. You need to put in your student number, preferably without any spaces or dashes. And then you have to capture your photo ID. Now, this can be your ID document, your driver's license, your passport, any photo identification. So that means it's just something where your photo is on with your full name. So if you've got a UNISA access card, you can use that as well. That's what I will be using. I'm just going to say capture ID card, and then I'm going to go next. Next step is scan the room. They ask you to scan the full room 360. If you've got a laptop, you just rotate it. If you've got a webcam, you just show it around the room. But it's very easy. You just put it on start scan, and then you move the camera around to make sure you've got everything. You'll see at the top, it shows you every time you do an action, exactly what was captured. The next, you'll get a pop-up. So very importantly, you may only use one screen. That's why I had to switch off my double screen now, because else I would not be able to go through the steps. It will give you a big red warning. You can only use one screen. What you do is, if you have a dual monitor setup, just unplug the one screen. If you're already on the app page, you just close it, refresh the page, it will pop up again, and then you'll be able to go through all the steps. Now, this message pops up because this is where most people get stuck. Even though you only may use one screen, you still have to select it. So let's have a look what this looks like. So you'll notice I clicked on share screen, but I can't click on share. It's not, it's faded out. Even though there's only one screen here, I still have to select it. So you click on it until it has a blue border around it, and then you can click share. And then we can go next, and then we can start the assessment. So remember the same, you log into my exams, it will start the iris invigilation, then now scroll down to your question paper. You'll open up the question paper, go through the questions, and start writing. So remember, this can be also, depending on the module and what the permissions are, you can do it in Microsoft Word, or you can do it, write it out by hand as well. Now, I just want to show you as well, when you actually, if you look at this app, you know, for again, getting to that, you know, when you get flagged, got AI technology, so it actually tracks your face. It even tracks where you are looking. So if you're looking to the side quite a lot, you'll also get flagged. But don't worry about it. Remember, there's still somebody that's going to be looking at all of that recordings to make sure that academic misconduct has taken place. So you basically write, you in Microsoft Word, you save it as a PDF, or you wrote it out by hand. You use a scanning tool like OneDrive on your app or on your mobile phone, scan it in, and then you come and submit on my exams. So very easy, same as we saw earlier with the iris invigilation. You have to acknowledge it's your own work. You upload a file. You just make sure it's the correct file type here at the bottom, and also the number of files that you may upload. So preferably keep it all in one document. Afterwards, you just save changes, and then you can go back to the iris invigilation, and now you can click stop to finish the recording. Now, just note here as well, if you do an MCQ, if the password is not filled in automatically, you can click on this button over here, but it is filled in usually as soon as it's open, so you just continue with your MCQ. Once everything, when it's uploaded to my exams, you click on finish recording. We'll give this pop-up. We actually have to drag it open. This is to ensure that you don't accidentally click the yes button. So you just drag it over, click on yes. So now it will start with the whole uploading process. So this time I'm just quickly gonna stop sharing again, just so I can open up my dual monitor setup so I can look at the questions. Okay, so I'm back. So you'll notice the uploading process, since this was a very short one, remember for longer exams it might take a bit longer, but it goes through all the steps, uploading the audio, uploading the screen captures, your audio recording, and then it will tell you successfully uploaded. Now remember, you'll also get an email on your My Life to say that everything has gone smoothly. So at this time, when you see the green button, this is when you close it. If it takes a bit longer, just let it run. It will go through the whole upload process. And then once you get the green tick, then you can close it on your side. So please go and do the mock exam for this. Remember, it's only for the College of Science, Engineering, Technology. On the one hand, you're very lucky because you only use one app one proctoring tool for both types of assessment. On the other hand, you're also unlucky because this is the most, how can I say, strictest proctoring tool that's available, as it records your screen, it records your audio and your video. So that brings us to the end of the proctoring tools that you will be using. So remember, MCQ exams, generally for all other colleges, it's Moodle proctoring. It's a take-home exam. It's Invigilator app. It runs on your phone while you write it out on your laptop or desktop. You just scan in by taking pictures of all the pages or your screen, capturing all the words. And then lastly is iris invigilation, only used by colleges of science, engineering, technology. And this is used for both MCQ and take-home examinations. So this basically concludes that you've set up your examinations. So I'm just quickly going to show you the next steps is how do you now actually access your exams on a day. So now you're ready to go and write. What do you do to access the examinations? So remember, you don't write on the My Modules platform. They've got a special My Exams platform. Each college actually has its own instance of My Exams. So that's why, you know, if you just go randomly, click on a module that's available on the My Exams, you log in, you might get an error that user is not defined because it might not be the correct college. So please select the correct module in the links so that you can actually be able to access it. So it is a three-step process. You have to go to My UNISA, click on My Exams, you select the date that you will be writing on, and then finally you select the module. This will open up the login screen for the My Exam instance. So just visually go to My Modules, click on the date. Once you click on the date, it will open up a list of modules. Click on a module, it will open up the login screen. So let's just have a look what it looks like. If I go to My UNISA, so you see it's normal My UNISA. I don't need to log into my modules. I just go here under important links. Here's important links. I click on My Exams. This opens the My Exams website. Note you can't log in here because it has quite a few instances. Every instance links to all the different college instances of the exams. So obviously you won't be able to log in on this page. Very important here, exam contact details. Very hidden here, but please make sure you've got it. I'll even put it in the chat right now. This is the most important contact information that you need for the day of your examinations. And what's nice about this one, it actually contains per college who you can contact. And obviously those lines are manned during your examinations and given priority. So please use these numbers or know exactly where to get them on the day of your exams. So remember, on My Exams, it's under exam contact details. Secondly, we've got a list of dates here. So it's today's date and then 6 days in advance, basically a week of events. So if you're writing in 8 days, it will not display here. So, but please do at least 6 days before your exam, come and click on it, make sure your module is listed, make sure you can log in. So I'm just going to select a random date here. You'll notice it gives a whole list of all the modules that's being written on this date. Let's have a look here as well. So the other day, we've got all of these exams being written. From this list, you can select your module. Just looking for a CSET 1. There we go. So you select the exam, the module code. Remember, do this at least 6 days before your examinations. This will open up the login page. You'll actually can see in the URL, it says CSET. So if you College of Human Science, it will be CHS. If you Edu, it will see Edu. So that's why, you know, you won't be able to log into all of them. Now, as you log in, remember my live email, our module's password, exactly the same. Once you log in, and as I say, you can do this before the time. You'll notice when you log in, it says my exams, not my modules. It will have your username, but no picture. Remember, picture is only for my modules. It will not display here. Just to show you quickly, even if I go here to edit it, you can't edit your profile and upload a picture. So don't worry about it. The picture is only for my modules. So from here, my exams, it will give you a list of the exams that you can access, the modules. So let's quickly have a look at it. Just a reminder, type in your MyLife email to sign in and your password. This is why it's important to do this before the time. Remember, with two-factor authentication, you need to get the code. So if your phone number has changed or anything like that, you've got enough time to ask for assistance. So from the dropdown, it will list the modules that you have access to for the examinations. And then the exam usually, the question paper is usually at the bottom right-hand corner. Usually there's the announcements, additional resources, but this is the one that you're looking for, is the question paper. So 6 days before when you log in, you obviously won't be able to access it, but remember 15 minutes before the time, you refresh the page and you'll be able to access the examination. Now, as David mentioned earlier as well, remember the types of examinations are MCQ, there's multiple choice, take home, written, module arrangement. You do it on my modules. You have to find out from your lecturer what you need to do. This is usually portfolios, continuous assessments. Now, the third step is finding support. So we already went through, the various ways you can do it. So the most important one is, please remember that on my exams, if I go back to here, is this exam contact details. We added the link to the chat as well. So just remember this one, very, very important. But remember, there's also regional support. So if you have problems with, when you try and log into my exams, you can't log in, you're trying it 6 days before the time, go to the regional center. They've got DLAs that can be able to assist you. So just to note quickly, you go on my UNISA, go to Student Support and Regions, and in Student Support and Regions, Regional Centers. And this got the contact information for all the regional centers in the country. So please make use of them. You can even go there, for instance, to test your setup, make sure everything is working, they can assist you. Now, we've also got the Student Support Contact Center. Now remember, this is a toll-free number. So you dial the toll-free number, but very importantly, you need to select the correct option. So just to show you as well on my UNISA, this is under inquiries. So inquiries is basic contact, and there they've got the number displayed very, very big as well. Now, when you select the option, make sure to select option 4. Now I know, you're in the haste of your exams. Now you have to go through for admissions, click 1, for this, click 2. But if you select the incorrect one, you're going to have to wait a lot longer because everybody is supporting line option 4, and that's for exams. So obviously, they want to support you as quickly as possible. So now you're dialing and you select 1. They think, oh, this is just the inquiry regarding applications, but we've got 10 people waiting for assistance with exams. Obviously, they will help the 10 first before they're going to get you. So make sure you select the correct option. Now, remember the general mailbox is inquire@unisa.ac.za. I just want to highlight this one for exams. So obviously, this is also when you're going to get a much quicker reply. Is exam inquiries@unisa.ac.za. So just make sure you use the correct email address. I further want to highlight just on the if you're going to do the mock exams. So for instance, let me just go files upload. I'm going to put this email address in the chat. So if you've got problems with the proctoring tools such as Iris or Moodle, this is the email address that you will be contacting. So it's proctoringinquiries@unisa.ac.za. Let me just get this Teams here. In Matsui, can you write the exams on campus? Yes, you can actually. So they do allow it. Just make sure you've got a comfortable space to write it. Generally, they don't allow you to write in the computer labs, but remember, there's all these study spaces. So if you're on the campus, you've got a nice space where you can go write, definitely go do it. You can even do it, outside even, because you've got access to the Wi-Fi. And what's nice about the campuses, they've also got backup generators, so you don't need to worry about load shedding or anything like that. So yes, officially they won't say it, but you actually can go and write on the campus. But remember, it's still your own responsibility. So go beforehand, find a nice space, a quiet space where you can write on the campus. It's a lot better. Sometimes students use, for instance, internet cafes and all of that. It might actually be a lot better because you've got these quiet spaces on campus where you can actually go and write. But remember to take your own device. Yeah, so Iris does not need a picture. It does need picture. How can I say identification? So it's your ID, it's your driver's license, it's your, as I said, your UNISA access card. But yeah, anything that's official, that where it's got your name on it and a picture of you can use. And remember, during the session, it does record you throughout the session. It records your audio and also your screen. Remember, Iris only records your audio, so you don't need to have the phone facing you or anything like that. Where Moodle Proctoring only takes a picture of you. It doesn't record sound or your screen. So just to highlight again, so to access the exam contact details, very importantly, click on the link at the bottom on or in the gray box that's on my exams. Now, lastly, just students with special needs. Remember, even if you tick the box when you registered that you are perhaps a student with special needs, for exams, you still have to apply every year. So what you do is you just write to oxford@unisa.ac.za or examdisabled@unisa.ac.za, and they will send you forms that you need to complete. So these forms also include a piece that your physician or specialist must finish to basically say what is your condition. Now, the reason why you have to do it every year is because we know conditions can deteriorate. So maybe this year you only need 30 minutes extra time, but next year you might need an hour. So they assess each year to make sure that they can give you the support that you need. Remember, if you also got, how can I say, official letter to say you've now been considered a student with special needs for the exams, you will also not use any proctoring tools. So just make sure that you apply with Oxford or Exam Disabled way before the time so they can get you the support you need. And lastly, we do have Lawazi Online Assistant as well. Currently, she is just waiting for more tokens because she's helping quite a lot of students, getting a lot of support. So please, once she's up and running, go chat with her. She's on the platform where she can give you support with exams and also some studying tips. So please make use of that. Then I'm going to put in the chat also the evaluation form. Now, please complete the evaluation form. This really helps us, to in the future see what areas we can improve, and we want to give you the best service possible so we can prepare you for the examinations. So just go click on the link, let us know any areas what works and perhaps what can be improved. Now, in the beginning of the session, we had the pre-course assessment. I'm also going to put in the link for the post-course assessment. And this is something really for you because in the pre-course assessment, you might have seen there's some topics you're unsure about. But now when you're going to do the post-course assessment, it's basically the same questions, but you can see what areas did you actually learn? Perhaps what areas are still missing? So we actually use this as well to see if there's any gaps in our workshops, so we can improve on it in a future date. Okay, I see Bava. So remember, if you're a student with a disability, just make sure, let me just pop that email for you in the chat. There it is. I'm going to put these two emails. Make sure you've got a confirmation email. First place, you'll get a confirmation email to say that you have been recorded and you will not be using proctoring tools. So what proctoring tool do you use? Nothing. You basically, it's just a quiz, or it's just you go upload your assignment, exactly the same as what you did with your assignments. So you're not going to use anything. You usually get some additional time as well, and that's to make sure that you can successfully submit. So yeah, you are very lucky. You don't have to set up any of these tools, but yeah, just make sure that you've got the official email from Oxford that confirms that you have been for the examinations. So that's all from my side. So I'll hand back to David. Thank you, David.
All right, thank you, Richard. And yes, we've been answering all the zillion questions. Thank you so much, guys, for your questions as well. So really, I know a lot of you, I did see quite a few people said, I've joined late, so where do I find X, Y, and Z? So yeah, so really what you need to do is, guys, and I know we've given you a lot of information. The first thing you need to do is, I'm just going to maybe open a private window. You go to adovh.unisa.ac.za. Right, first step, get there. And then the very first link that you see has got this beautiful banner over here. Basic skills for online exams. You're going to click on it. You'll be able to log in. So the first time, yes, it'll say, yes, you can continue. You'll say, yes, you will log in. You'll supply all your MyUnisa details. Okay, exactly the same way you log in with my modules. All right, so there we go. So let me quickly log in. The MFA should be set up already, so that's important. Type in my secret password. Please don't ever share your passwords with anybody. All right, then you type in your code. So this is the very first time it'll ask you all this. So it's just security measure, just like my modules. If it's your device, you can always say yes. If you're in a computer lab or a library, say no. It must not remember you. Okay, and there we go. Then you're accessing the course, guys. And once you get here, you just need to work through each of the lessons. From lesson 1, accessing lesson 2, and then as we covered today, really lesson 3 is where a lot of the information that you need to go work through is. This won't take you more than 2 hours, to be honest. Things from uploading a profile picture, which proctoring tool do I need to use? Then once you know that, go and practice just those proctoring tools. Remember, you don't do all of them. It's only one proctoring tool per module, and that's if your module requires a proctoring tool. So if it doesn't, then it's fine. Then you just go see what does your exam timetable say. And if you go look in your exam timetable and it says as per departmental requirements, then you know for that module, log back into MyUnisa, go check the announcements, because there's either a portfolio you're submitting or you have to do or it's a continuous assessment module. So therefore, there is no exam for it. So that's the quickest, simplest thing to do, guys. Get to this point, understand which ones you must go practice. Don't listen to what other people are telling you, because 99% of the time they're wrong anyway. And then just go practice Moodle, Invigilating, Iris, if you need to use them. Now, Iris, guys, remember, I did see some guys saying, do I also need to install Iris? No, you don't. Remember, You only do the proctoring tools that your module will require. That's it. Yes, we will share the links again for you guys, so not a problem. The mock exam for the Invigilator. Okay, very good question. So I need to use Invigilating app. I click on the page. We show you all the steps, how to download. Everything's there right at the bottom. That's where you will see it. Okay, Bongi. So right at the bottom, you'll click on it, and then it will take you to the Invigilating app, a mock exam. So there we go. So we give it to you. Of course, then you must install the Invigilating app on your device. Just remember, we are going to share, and you'll see again, I'm going to share this with you, all the links that you need to have from the course to the pre-assessment to the exam support. Everything that you need is going to be right here, and I'm just putting it in the chat for you. So you don't have to now try and find them. So just start there, guys. Work with the basic skills course, work through all the materials there. It will get easier. Okay, I know the first time you do it, it's going to seem like horrible, but the more you do it, it will actually get a lot easier as well. So don't give up. You just need to work through it and you'll definitely get there. I know the one student did write about, what did you say again? You said something on lines, can we write an email to management or something on those lines? Yes, of course you can. You're most welcome to do that. You can say to them, we want venue-based exams. However, the top management in the university are not going to go back and say we're going to do that. They said this is where we're going, and we kind of all just have to go in that direction, unfortunately. But trust me, guys, don't give up. I know it seems hectic, and I know the first few times you're going to do it, but that's why we're having these training sessions. That's why we're showing you the mock exam, so you can go practice and play and ask us questions. You've got our email address. So that's why we have these sessions, guys, to really give you the opportunity to understand and to play around with the technology and to get comfortable. Trust me, students who have done this, they've come back to us and said, David, Richard, thank you, guys. This actually wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to believe. Yes, there will always be challenges, 100%. That's why when you get to your exams, guys, and you've got any problems, don't contact David and Richard because we're not part of the actual exams, hey? We're only doing the training side of things. But if you've got a problem just before or during or just after your exam, just remember this link that Richard showed you. So under my exams, you'll see there's a contact us link. This link is critical. You must only go here. Any problems, you go here quickly. You'll see the contact details already there for exam inquiries. There are people online that will be able to assist you. Proctoring inquiries, there's the email, there's the contact number. And the email's better because you've got evidence. Same with each college. There's your colleges, guys. So there are people sitting, waiting there for anything that they can quickly try and resolve the problem. So this information is critical for you. You must make sure you use the right link over here. All right, so what other questions are? Yeah, if you're confused, that's absolutely not a problem because you must just go back to the course, start with lesson 1, how to access your exam, and then just follow the course. It will guide you through everything you need to know, including the demo tests, and go test it out. The help details, everything is in this course, guys. Remember, it's free. Access it with your My Life details. So really, the ball's in your court, guys. I know it's the first time. Trust me, once you get past this hurdle, you're definitely not going to have a problem going forward because you'll understand how it all works. So please, yep, go check those modules. Go do the demos. The demo exams, guys, are really going to make a difference because you really see, okay, this is how the Invigilating app works. This is how the ping comes across. So you just have to go and follow it. So just remember, start here, work through it. 2 hours max, you'll be done. Guaranteed. And then go and practice and practice and practice and obviously study for your exams. So guys, that's basically it from my side. Thank you for Yuri, Richard. I see Dr. Chetty is back, yeah. Richard, do you think we've got some time just to ask a few questions or from the students?
Yes, I think we can take 1 or 2 questions.
All right, so yes, I think let's do that. We do have a bit of time. So the first 3 hands up, we're going to allow you guys to yes, like it. If this was a competition, Lekule, you would have won by far. Okay, so we're going to enable your microphone so that you can ask a question. Allow the mic. Okay, there we go. So go for it. Lekule, Nancy, you can go for it.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Finding yourself, considering it's a Saturday in winter?
I actually just wanted to ask concerning the Moodle proctoring. I think I'm one of the students that came late. So, but then I managed to get on the link that you sent on the group. But I just had one question concerning the Moodle proctoring app. Is that, like, does it also record the sound?
Aha, so why are you asking that question?
Because if, say I'm going to be writing at home, sometimes like there's a lot of like traffic at home because we also bake at home, like we have a business at home. So say there's like the sound of that, does that also affect the, is that also going to be like I'm going to be flagged or something?
No. Okay, guys, you must always remember, don't worry too much about the flag situation. Remember, the proctoring tools record sound, voice only. And of course, there's a human being that's going to listen to it. So if somebody says, do you want coffee? That's got nothing to do with your exam. So even if you are flagged, absolutely, that is not going to be a problem, you know, so don't even panic about it. The tools are very good when people try to give you answers and you can actually hear the person saying, this is the answer to the question. Then yes, you're in trouble because that's exam related and you will get nailed. So don't worry about non-exam sound around you. Ideally, try to be in the quietest place possible. That would make sense. And of course, remember, it is an exam, so you follow the exam rules. So, yep, so that's what I'm saying to you. So don't worry. If the neighbor's music next door is loud, we don't even pick up sound like that music. But, yep, exam-related stuff, there is a human that's going to listen to it and make a decision if it's exam-related or not. So, yep, so don't worry about that from that angle.
Okay, thank you. And do we have to download the app? Or
Moodle
is it,
proctoring?
yes.
Not at all. Remember, it's built into the browser, so you just need to
Oh.
enable your camera. So what you're going to do is you're going to get to lesson number 3. You're going to go to Moodle proctoring, and you're going to actually follow the steps that we've given you here, and you can actually go practice it and see how it works.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, all the best for your exams.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. All right, so next up, Richard, I see our favorite student is back again to this morning. Vuyo, you can unmute yourself. Veronica.
Hello, everyone. So I just wanted to ask for applying the special needs exams. Do you apply it once a year or twice a year, like for the May and June exams and for the November and December exams?
All right, that's a good question. You only do it once per year because once they've granted you that letter, then they would know that for the whole exam year, it will then be applicable. Yes. So all they will do is when you get to second semester, they will just see which modules you're going to be writing, and then they will be able to give you the same information that they did the first semester.
Oh, okay, thank you. And the other question is, like, on Wednesday I was writing and I submitted on time, but my network went away, so I didn't know whether did it go through or it didn't go through. I was panicking, and here, yes. So do we contact the WhatsApp contacts immediately, or what do we do?
Yes, definitely. If you've got any problems, remember, guys, before or during or after your exam, you immediately go back to your My Exams platform, the same place where you would have logged in to download your exam paper, guys. You must go to the exam context link And remember, like I just showed you, there are all the contact details that you might need to immediately access. So proctoring inquiries, there it is. Okay. Or better yet, you can go to each college and then you can just email them. They're already in waiting and they'll be able to get back to you very quickly. So just remember, guys, immediately do that. Yep, sure, go for it.
And that's so these sessions that you guys were helping us for May and June exams, are we gonna have it again at the end of the exam?
Yes, so we normally do the training before every exam period. The ad hoc team comes together and we do training like what we've done. So yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks and all the best. Okay, so second last is Prudence. Whoa, let me allow your mic, Prudence. Okay, there we go, Prudence. You can unmute yourself.
Oh, thank you. Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Wright, other students. Thank you for your time and the information you're giving us. It's really helping. It, like for me, it seems difficult, but now I see that no, it does just the fear of the unknown. My question is, that's what I encountered when I was doing my mock exam. The page was not responding. So I want to know what is the cause of that.
Okay, yes, no, definitely. I was actually speaking to Richard. ICT is aware. Okay, so the page not responding is only on the ADOF site because we've got so many students now jumping on the site. The resources for the site were actually running low. So the WinIt page does not respond. That's basically why. That will only happen on the ADOF site. So with your exams, they don't have that problem. It's a different server setup. So it's really just our site, unfortunately. But ICT is trying to get our site a little bit faster because they didn't expect so many students to jump on all at the same time. So Prudence, it's just a little bug on our side, on ADOF side. But for the actual exam, you definitely shouldn't have those type of problems.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. All right, next is Tsapang. Okay, let me just allow your mic, Tsapang. Okay, there we go, dear sir. Tsapang, you can unmute yourself. I hope Teams is not misbehaving. I know there is some issues with it. Tsapang, Kenneth, can you hear me? Seems like he's struggling to unmute. Okay, I have enabled it, so I'm not too sure why on your side. Sorry, guys, we only had a bit of time for a few questions. So, yeah, the last two will then be Molaba and then Makutsane. So, Molaba, let me allow your mic quickly. Okay, go for it. Molaba, Rachel, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, and everyone else.
Good morning.
It's not really a question, actually, it's an advice. I would like you to advise me. I recently bought myself a laptop. So I'm actually struggling to find my way around this Moodle proctoring tool. I've been using a phone all the time. So would you advise me to continue practicing on a laptop, or maybe it's a bit too late? I should write my exam using a phone?
No, use your laptop. Moodle proctoring. So what I can suggest is for your laptop, log into the website, the ADOF site, come to Moodle proctoring, and then just run through the steps. And you'll see that it'll work. It works perfectly fine. It's not a problem. If you're still struggling and you're not coming right, just send us an email. I'll quickly send it to you. Oh, the ADOF one. Send us an email and then we'll be able just to quickly help you and see where exactly is the problem. Yeah, no, really, if you can use a laptop, that is the ideal situation because it's a bigger screen. All right, so it's just a matter then of playing around. Yes, no, you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
All right, so the last question then is Mokozane. Okay, let me just enable your mic, sorry. Mokozane Truda, you can unmute yourself. Teams, oh, good old Teams. Let me try again. Tsapang, Kenneth, can you unmute yourself? Because your hand is still up. It doesn't look like we're winning here. All right, so okay, then well, this is definitely the last one since the other two didn't make it. Agurasi, you can unmute yourself. That's strange. Okay, looks like we're not winning. All right, so guys, thank you so much from our side. So really what you need to do is get onto the Add-off site, right? Go and find the course, the very first one, My Basic Skills for Online Exams. Click on it, log in with your details, and then start working through the materials. Yeah, just remember, if you want to just go through and have a look at the recordings, then you'll see under the web recordings option there, you will be able then to go back and see the recordings that we've got for each session. So I do suggest that if you have not attended any of the webinars, please go and attend these, watch through it, go back to the course, work through it. Remember, lesson 3 is very important, uploading your profile pic, checking which proctoring tools you must use, and then just go and tackle the one that you need to use. If you do come up across any challenges, just pop us an email at Adov. We are monitoring the mailbox like 24/7 during exams, just about. I've just popped it in the chat as well. So then please do go and work through it. Yes, all the recordings are there, Lesego. You will also see it on our YouTube channel. Yep, so let me just pull it across. So there's the YouTube channel. So just go to Adov. You'll find Lawazi, our little robot lad over there, and you'll be able to see all the videos listed there for you. So yes, all the best with your exams, guys. I know it's your first time. Don't panic. Tackle it, work through this. You'll see it gets easier. And trust me, you can overcome this, absolutely, no doubt about it. All the best for your studies, and we look forward to hearing from you. So guys, have a studying weekend. Goodbye from my side.
Thanks, everybody. Good luck with the exams. We'll see you again with your next exams. We might have a special session as well next week. If there's any still questions coming through on our mailbox, so please write to us if you have any problems so we can assist you as well.